Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saranne, founder of the Comedy Cures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. Do you have a caregiver who is just your hero right now? Either they're actively helping you through treatment right now, or you really leaned on them when you were going through? Well, I had a very special person, and you're probably going to hear me talk about Miss Nellie Ingram a lot. Miss Ingram is no longer with us, but she was my rock. She was my anchor. Now, our story goes back many, many years, and I will tell that on a different episode because it's a pretty magnificent story about two human beings meeting. But I remember coming home from treatment, and Miss Nellie Ingram picked my daughter up from school and brought her home because I had to be in New York at treatment. And then we would have dinner and she would just help me get my daughter ready. And then once we put my daughter to bed, she literally would come into the room where I was resting. And in the middle of the night, she would lay her hands on me and say, "Oh Lord, please take me. Don't take my baby." Now, I was, 35, 36, 37 years old, going through chemo treatment for several years. And this woman called me her baby. And she would pray. And she was a religious woman. She would pray to God to take her and not me. She would pray to God for her own life to be sacrificed, that the cancer would leave me, and if she needed to be taken, to take her. And this was repeated over me night after night, week after week, year after year. Now, I am happy to say that she lived several decades just like me, and she actually was taken just recently, right after her 80th birthday. The point of the story is that she had so much love and so much faith that she was willing to give me her life so that I could be here to raise my daughter. And I can't explain to you, if you've never had someone be that selfless, what it feels like to be under those hands and to be the recipient of that intense faith and love. Now, some people will say, "Oh, that's laying of hands, that's religious." Well, I looked it up, and it does have roots. It says first in Judeo and then Christian religion. I'm sure there's been laying of hands in many religions, whether it's Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, or some of the American Indian practices and other tribal practices. I'm sure that it goes way beyond the Judeo-Christian. But regardless of that, it was just the most intimate human experience I've probably ever had that didn't involve making a child. So I don't know how you find someone who loves you that much, that's willing to sacrifice themselves for your own well-being. But I believe that this woman, day by day, week by week, month by month, took away a fraction of my illness. And they say that pets can take away a fraction of your illness, and that people who love you can take away a fraction of your illness, and that prayer can help take away a fraction of your illness. We'll do a whole nother thing on prayer circles and prayer groups because I find the research fascinating. But I just want to say, I know Miss Nellie Ingram is watching out for me here and keeping me healthy to this day. But I wanted to make this tribute to her and to also let you know that in her will, she loved this charity so much that she left a donation to the Comedy Cures Foundation so that I could use it to do a program that I really believed in. She was one of our most active volunteers. And so every day when you listen to this podcast, just know that Miss Nellie Ingram was one of the donors that helps make Beating Cancer Daily available for you to listen to every day. And I am grateful that you listen, and I am grateful to Miss Nellie Ingram for continuing to help share her love and her joy and her laughter and her light through Beating Cancer Daily. If you have someone that was your hero in your treatment or who's actively your hero right now, I would love to know about that person, and I would love to know your unique experience. You can go to comedycures.org and you can write to me, or you can record a message to me and share your very special person with me. If you've had the laying of hands and you found that to be helpful, please tell me about it. I'm so curious. I know it was a very powerful healing tool for me. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys know this, but Beating Cancer Daily is a listener and donor-supported podcast and community. So if you have some extra change, I'd love you to go to comedycures.org and make a donation today of whatever level is comfortable for you. And it will be tax deductible to the extent allowed by law, because Comedy Cures is a nonprofit 501c3 organization founded from my chemo chair, April 1999, and we've been going strong ever since. So please consider making a donation today and help our community and this podcast thrive. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.